by the way, can everybody hear me? I really don't need the microphone, it's always scary. I did not write that. I have a math degree, so that was actually one of my clients from years ago that was in PR, and she said, you should let me write this because I have a better idea of what you actually do than you do. So that was helpful. So I wanted to really swear twice on the slide, but I thought that would be a bit much. So beyond the bullshit, why is leadership so effing hard? Who here works for somebody else? Raise your hand. Who here works for yourself? Who here wishes your employer was here? Who here wishes that your employees were here?
You're it.
All right. Okay, let's go with this. Why is leadership so hard? Give me some ideas. Throw some things out. Yes?
It's not inborn. It has to be learned and practiced.
Did everybody hear that? Okay, you were not born with leadership. You just didn't come out and go, oh my God, I'm Tony Robbins, here I am. Okay, what else? Yes?
When you're in charge, the buck stops with you. So if something goes wrong, you get to fix it.
Yeah, so who here as a business owner wishes their employees were as passionate about your business as you are? Okay, you better stop that right now, because that ain't never gonna happen. Okay? You hopefully are in business. I talk about this a lot. If you're not in a business you're passionate about, you better get out as quickly as possible, because you will be miserable. I am a firm believer in your passion and what you do and how you do it leads to great joy. Therefore, you can be joyful around your employees. Okay? Most of what I'm going to talk about today isn't the traditional leadership qualities. They're what I've learned over years of being an elite athlete and an NCAA Division I coach. I learned way more about business doing that. Oh my gosh, I thought it was due. Sorry, you were back. Pardon me.
One side's up.
One, is it going to come back? It's going to do it? I don't know. My computer likes to shut itself down. So most of the things I've learned are from being an athlete and a coach. And I didn't realize that these things were things that I was going to transfer to business or business owners or corporations, because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm an athlete, I'm a coach. That doesn't apply to all this other stuff. But it really does. Now, Cassie Alvey, I'd like Cassie to raise her hand. We have known each other since I was probably 10 years old. And I was introduced to her because her sister played on a softball team with me. So she's going to appreciate a lot of these remembrances. Many are of my father who passed years ago. So we're going to go through this. Number one, has anybody heard the video, the viral video of Simon Sinek, Know Your Why? Okay, so regardless of if you're an employee or a business owner, you have to know your why. Hi, you. Used to work with her. So the biggest thing is, if you can't relay your why of why you own something or why you're working, how do you expect your employees or the people below you to understand it either? Most leadership really functions around super dysfunctional confusion. That is not a fun space to be in, people. It's not joyful. It's really frustrating. You don't know where you fit in the picture, and you just want to exit stage left at 5 o'clock as soon as you can. Okay? So regardless of who you are, biggest thing is know your why. Why are you doing what you do in your position? I know my why because I love helping entrepreneurs reach their dream. I'm a dream builder, and in building somebody else's dream, I fulfill my own. Took me a while to figure that out. All right, so when I was 5 and a half, a flyer came home from school and it said, softball, like t-ball. Oh, I took it home with my parents and pulled it out, and I was like, Mom and Dad, I want to play. And they just didn't go, okay, how much is it? Let's do it. This was my household. Well, why do you want to play? 5 and a half. Can you imagine me going, So we sat at the table, which we did often, and you're going to see the theme of this, of how my household was, is I had to talk with my parents about convincing them why I wanted to do something. Okay, we get why. you're athletic, we want you to get your little, wiggles out. And here are the rules. You have to do whatever the coach says and you can't quit. 5.5! Okay? My parents understood, whether they knew it or not, that my why had to matter, or I wouldn't commit. Okay? Number 2, choose your coaches and mentors wisely. Who has ever chosen a coach or a mentor that you're like, oh crapola, what just blew up? Okay? So, let's talk about this. When I was 9, similar, you see where this is going, I was on a pretty good softball team at that point at 9. I started at 5.5 and now I'm at 9. Came home bawling. Keep in mind my dad was one of the coaches. And he said, why are you crying? I said, because I don't get to play a lot. And instead of saying, oh honey, you are so amazing, we're gonna go start our own team so that you can start. Because I don't know if you realize that happens nowadays. He said, what have you done to prove to your parents that support the team, your coaches and your teammates, that you deserve to be on the field? Duh. Tears stopped instantly. That was, at 9 years old, was a critical moment for me. It was, what have I done in a team scenario? And let's face it, we're all in team scenarios. If you're a business owner and it's just you, you have maybe contractors, maybe you have a business consultant, maybe you have an accountant, maybe you have a lawyer. We're all in team scenarios. So, learning to choose in that moment, my father's mentorship changed my attitude. And he said, we will do whatever it takes to help you, but once again, you have to work at it, and you can't quit. So he said, what position do you want to play? I want to pitch. Oh. He goes, you do realize that is the hardest position on the field. Her dad was a pitcher, that's why I know that. So, pardon me, let me go back up. He said, okay, we'll be here to support you, but you have to commit. So I was 9 years old. We went to every pitching clinic in the state of Utah. My dad went to every coach's clinic. Seriously, it was like 2 nights a week I would go pitch. We were at the Hyper building at the University of Utah. Has anybody ever been in there? It was the ugliest place ever. Okay? And I could hit anywhere on the wall but my dad. Anywhere. I could hit everywhere. But 2 years later, I got really good. And I got to the point where I was the best pitcher at 11 years old in our state. Okay? So that led to me making a commitment to myself, as if I really work at it, and I know I suck, and through all the suckage, okay, am I willing to commit to myself to learn? Leadership is a learned act. You are going to suck, sometimes daily. But if you give up, everybody else around you will too. Because we have that kind of impact on each other. So, next one, own your mistakes. Own your mistakes. Who knows you have a boss that will never admit they've made a mistake? Who's afraid to raise your hand? Okay, I see it. Some of you are like, what'd you do, not put deodorant on today or what? I taught middle school, I used to say that. So, you've got to look at, buy-in only happens by building trust. And one of the ways you build trust is by saying, holy crap, I screwed up. Because most of your employees or people around you are waiting for you to say that because they know you screwed up. They know it, but we act like they don't. Like it's some hidden gem in the middle of nowhere. Okay? So really owning that and saying, you know what? I screwed up on that. I know it. I'm working on it. Can you please assist me? What are your suggestions to help me overcome this? You would be surprised what happens in that moment. True vulnerability. Where's Mr. Garrett? Van Garrett, he talked about vulnerability. It is the only way in any situation that anyone, including your consumers, are going to trust you.
Amen.
The only way. including your employees, everybody around you. If you have a wall up, everyone else will too. Okay? Number 5, trust the knowing inside you gives you wild courage. Who knows that you've had moments that come through you, not from you? And it's like, oh, I have to do that? And then all of a sudden our human brain goes, nobody's going to believe in me. Why should I do that? Blah, 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 blah. Okay? So my freshman year at the University of Iowa, I was recruited there. My parents were very grateful for that. Not because they wanted me to go away, because I got a full ride. They were very grateful. So I show up and we're in our first team meeting. And every one of my teammates had to go around and say something. I'm a freshman, keeping my way of juniors and seniors. And I stood up and said, I think we have the talent to go to the Women's College World Series. That's like the top 8 teams in the country. And every senior and junior looked at me like I had 4 heads and my hair was on fire. Who is this little shit? Seriously, you've seen those looks? So at that point, there were only 32 teams selected for the NCAA tournament. I swear to God, we were the 32nd team chosen. Weren't ranked. Went out to Sacramento State University, and Sac State, Cal Berkeley, Fresno State were all ranked in the top 15. We weren't ranked. We won regionals and went to the World Series for the first time in Iowa softball history. And as soon as that happened, our seniors came up to me and said, Deb, I will never question you again. Now, did I know in that freshman meeting that that was going to happen? No. Come on. But I knew that I was in a position and at a place that I could make a difference. And I trusted my gut. And after that, it changed the program, and we went 3 years in a row. Man, we got sponsorships. We went from pony cleats to Reebok. We thought we were huge. I don't know if you know anything about pony cleats. They suck. Okay? So at some point, you have to trust yourself. And you have to get rid of that little devil that says, oh no, who's going to believe in me? I can't put my authenticity on Facebook because nobody's going to watch. Well, what's the worst thing? Nobody's watching now. I mean, if you actually did it, somebody might watch. You don't have the clients now. Do you want more? Okay. Don't have to be the best of friends, but you have to be the best of teammates. I was about 13 or 14 years old, and Larry Wilson, who coached my summer softball team, and he's coached many NFL players and professional baseball players, and he's done all these things. He was coaching girls, and we know how great that is. Coaching 18 teenagers, girls, that's awesome. We were fighting over something ridiculous, I can't even remember it. And he stopped, and literally, and he was quite the boisterous figure, and said, I don't care. You don't have to be the best of friends, but you better goddamn be the best of teammates. Instantly everybody stopped, went, oh, what does that mean? You don't have to like people you work with. We have this perception that I have to really like someone. Most of the people that I have respected in my career, I'm not going to go have a drink with them. I might not even play cards or socialize with them, but I respected them for the work they put in and how they, mostly for how they treated people. So how you treat people matters. I know that you know this, but you get caught up in your head and oh my gosh. Okay? Excellence versus perfection. Who here knows that you are constantly striving for perfection? Doesn't freaking exist! So you always fail. You always screw up, so you're always disappointing yourself because of your metric is perfection. That is so jacked up. It really is, right? Our society is led to be, I have to do it this way, I've got to go here, I've got to do this. You are going to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. But excellence has a different tone. So my sophomore year, almost quit. Had a $150,000 scholarship over 5 years, and I almost quit. Moved home. My hair killed me, by the way. And my coach, in her infinite wisdom, Gail Blevins, brought me in and she said, Deb, shut the door. I thought, oh my God, I'm thinking, like, what did I do? You know, those meetings, those closed room meetings, and you're like, eeh. Okay? She said, Deb, there's a big difference between excellence and perfection. And I just stopped. She said, you happen to play in a sport that tracks nothing but negative things. Softball and baseball, if you bat 300, you're a good hitter, but you have failed 700 times. If you're a pitcher, you're going to throw some balls and give up some hits, right? But if your measurement is a perfect pitch every time, that's a really crappy metric. So I'd ask you to evaluate that you're human, you're going to make mistakes. You really get to learn how to let those go and focus on the things that you can be excellent at. And work on the things that you're not so good at. I know some of you just had that aha moment. Because I got real serious in the room. Okay? What you think, what you say, equals how you feel. So my first year coaching in college after Iowa, and after I trained for the 2000 Olympic team, I coached at Sacramento State. Our first game that year, we played UCLA. They're ranked number 1 in the country. And they won, I don't know how many national championships. 10? Somebody knows 10?
Last year was 11.
Okay, last year was 11. Thank you. I don't know, I played at Iowa, I don't track that stuff. We didn't win one,
I
so.
played at Utah, so I...
Oh, yes! Sweet. A fellow idiot in the room. We abused our bodies and now can't walk. Okay. So, literally, we played so good that we beat UCLA.
Wow.
2-1. First game of the, and I'm thinking, me and the other sisters are like, man, this is great, we're so excited, I'm getting pumped up talking about it now. Yeah, this is just the beginning, what we're gonna do. We thought, the head coach comes in, and oh my gosh, this is gonna be an awesome speech. She comes in and says, well, even good teams have bad days. Mother of pearl? Basically, she just devalued our entire team, saying that what we did didn't matter. That their team is just that good that we could never beat them. I'm gonna say it, holy shit. And that literally, I was in the back going, what just happened? Like an alien just came out of my body. They remembered that entire year. And then that tournament, we lost 4 games right after that in a row. Boom, 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 boom. That was fun. Going home 1-4. So regardless of what you're going through, what you say is really how you feel, whether you like it or not. And if you're doing that to your employees or people around you, they will remember it forever. And if we're women, we're going to take it personal for like 4 months. Yes, men, I can admit that. Okay? Last 2, taking care of you. Who knows that you push and grind and grind and grind and grind so much so that you go home and just pass out? Or who can't sleep? Okay, you guys are all freaking liars. Like every single one of you in here is like, I'm tired now, I need more coffee. Okay? So, I was a Division I college softball coach. I thought I would do that forever. I thought I would die in the third base coach's box and it would be awesome. Just have a heart attack at like 16. Woo! Live my dream. Okay? But dreams change. My father committed suicide. I was 26 years old. And so softball didn't have the meaning to me that I used to have. I was lost. I was really freaking lost. But what mattered to me is who showed up when the shit hits the fan. Who was there? Those are the people that will support you until the end. And I didn't take care of myself. And I'm still dealing with a thyroid issue because I shut down my emotions. Because I didn't take care of myself. You cannot be successful if you do not take the time to go sit on a rock and listen to the birds, go have a drink with a friend, meet for coffee. This life is too hard if you don't take care of you. Way too freaking hard. It leads to lack of joy. And the last one, every single human being has 3 needs, including you, because hopefully you're human. I've had some alien moments, don't get me wrong. Every human has 3 basic needs. They want to be seen for who they are. I mean, part of this right here is us wanting to be seen as a community, right? To be valued for who we are. And to be heard. But if you don't emulate that, nobody around you will either. Leadership is about your people, but it's about your willingness to be vulnerable and say, you know what? It's okay, I have some stuff to learn. Thank you.